to the bathroom.
You probably should have, Milty, but welcome everybody back Friday night FSP Racing. I do believe he said he has to pay. It's
I've
your host,
done
Sean.
long distance races before,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's always a bucket.
I'm your host, Sean Reap. He's Milt Minter Jr., and we are at Homestead-Miami Speedway with the Winston Cup Series. We got a nice big field out there tonight for you, too, as we got 21 cars that turned qualifying laps. But that's practice. Practice laps. There's the qualifying grid. You talking about practice? There we go. That's the actual starting grid. With Shane Wisman once again grabbing the pole. With Ken Shea on the outside.
Tuesday night.
He wins a lot on Tuesday night. Yeah, that's a hot shoe to watch out there, and he's getting some more Friday night starts in too. So that's good to see. 34 car, always one to watch out for, and he starts tonight in a good position. Ken Shea, yeah, there ain't no place he's not fast, and I don't think that was a proper English sentence, but we'll roll with it. He's on the outside of the front row. Ain't no place he's not fast. Oh my goodness. I must still be in Nashville in my mind. Jason Dulfer, inside row 2, Jim Christopherson, the Highwayman, Ryan Johnson, Jeff Hale, Chris Beckman, Tower, Jeff Habbock, starting 8th, Rick Johnson, your points leader, I do believe, and Nick Walters rounding out your top 10.
Well, with 8 out of 12 races done in the books, you got Rick Johnson in P1 in the points, and Ryan Johnson. You got Johnson and Johnson. We're not relation. Minus 12 points. The Highwayman, Christopherson in 3rd, minus 15. The Castle, minus 17, and the top 5 round out is Jason Dulfer, minus 21.
Yeah, so it's a Rockridge top 2 there, Johnson and Johnson.
That's also like Die Hard. Remember Johnson and Johnson? We're not related. They died in a helicopter. Shame.
Oof. Well, the movie is called Die Hard.
Yep.
And you see here a key to this track, that flat, very long access road through 3 and 4. Mandatory to use that under caution and under green. And that's what these guys are going to be practicing here in Happy Hour. Perfect entry there by both Ken Shea and Brian Lovell in the 043.
It's not just that entry, which is extremely hard. It's the exit, too.
Yeah, the
access road coming out, too.
Yeah, you see DJ Sorrentino using that access road to come out right now. And, so pit stops here like any place else. We say that every week, but goes down double here. Yeah, Rick Johnson practicing, Nick Walters. Green flag stops here are tense because you get the 2 wheels into that grass, you go flying back out on the track, you hit the brakes too hard coming around the corner, scoot out, hit the barrels at the end of the pit wall, and, you're gonna have a bad time.
This is a track later in the race when you smell green, looks green, it might be green, you might be able to take a chance and maybe stay out and save fuel and, pull off the fuel-saving win.
Yeah, good to see Brian Lamb out there in the 09 car. The Republic of California machine, although he is no longer living in California. He's out there in Florida.
No kidding. He went all the way to the other side.
Yeah, swung to the other side of the coast just in time to get hit with a hurricane, but he's doing fine and back on the track tonight.
Yeah, I had one of my Donkey Bob teammates get his rig in storage soaked with water.
Oh, that's tragic.
And he's still dealing with trying to get his rig back, even though they have this wonderful house and they got that going because they were just in the process of moving. So same kind of deal, except he's got one of those iRacing rigs that are just thousands of dollars, and he took a huge hit, definitely having to take his stuff apart, rusting, all that kind of stuff.
Ugh. That is just
Often
Every sim
is.
racer's nightmare. And there you got Tom Jackson, Action Jackson, my teammate, and I got to meet up with him down in Nashville this week.
Whiskey River, no one
Heck
dry.
yeah. Yeah, we shared a couple whiskeys there at the hotel bar. Talked about all kinds of stuff, and he told me all about his city. He loves his home in Nashville, and I can see why. It's a great city. I'd love to go back there and you know, visit it with more time on my hands. I was there for work this week, and we had a good time. There was certainly plenty of whiskey.
Whiskey.
No entirely too much food, but a good time was had by all. Just flew in this morning, back in time to join you fine folks in the stars and cars of the Winston Cup Series. And so we have got cars taking the grid now.
Just watching Rick Johnson and Nick Walters doing their last little pit stop practice. Nailing it. We're going to take picks here. You want to go first this time? You go first.
All right. Well, Homestead, man, it's a speedway type track. I don't know. I think Winston takes it from the pole. I think he's hot lately. I think this is the kind of track. Let's go.
Good starting position.
Let's go. Start first, finish first. Shane Wisman in the 34 machine.
And the pit road definitely advantageous there to have that number one spot. I'm gonna go with the 91 of Ken Shea. I think he's got nothing to lose, not racing for championship points really here. I think he drives on rails and does a whooping here.
You notice how we left the 52 on the table because Jim Ray is in the chat and he's taking 52. Dog, John Palmer pulling for his buddy Ryan Johnson there in the 59. That's also a solid choice. And Ryan, actually, that's a real good solid choice. Ryan runs really well at this track. He's won it in Pro Cup. He's won it in the trucks. Probably won a few Aero 88s here.
59. Well, he made a phone call during one of the races and text, it was a text, I think, during the caution, told him to get off his ass and win this race. And that was the race that Ryan Johnson won. So I don't know if the power of the dog is that powerful, but I like Deadpool too. It's just he was my teammate, and I felt like I don't know if I wanted to jinx either one of those guys tonight. They are the 2 points leaders, and both of them are good on long runs at the end. I expect them to stay in the mix and then try to pull a rabbit out of their hat at the end.
No, he says he texted him. I was picturing that phone call though, because I know what Dog sounds like, and I can imagine it'd be pretty intimidating for him to tell you to go out and win this race. But we got the pace car off. We got the green flag about to wave. There it is. Shane Wisman leads this field to green with over 20 cars on this 1.5 mile progressive banked oval, Homestead-Miami Speedway.
Spread out, but pretty calm start thus far. The 101 at Tower kind of stuck out there on that outside line.
Yeah, he hung up there in no man's land.
One out there, but
the thing is, you can keep the motor wound up, especially on this first lap. So he's not going to lose too much ground there. He gets right in behind Rick Johnson for the draft. Now we got
out there on the outside too. And Jim Ray, we're talking about this a little bit about whether you can actually work that outside line. I was watching my teammate in iRacing yesterday, Guy Pitra, run this track. Well, actually it was Phoenix, but same kind of track, same kind of, can you use that outside line to get momentum? And we're seeing some guys trying that right now.
Once again, starting in the rear with the gear, you got CCR Pops, John Snow, visiting us from Carolina Classic Racing. We love having him around, and he's out there in the number 70 car, running 22nd right now, but I don't think that's gonna I don't think that's going to last. I think he's going to be on the move, and he's going to be doing it soon.
Well, you know, when we first started this sim way back, dang, 20 years ago, we thought there was only one line, and then new and better drivers. One of them was the 20 kid
Almost
back in the day. Danny Falcon started using that outside line and making it work.
Well, then you got guys like like Matt Watkins, who could probably make the grass work if he wanted to, but he can definitely work the outside here. But yeah, there was almost a little door slam action going on the backstretch there. As he got a little wiggly down the straights, but no harm, no foul. Everybody gets back in line. As far as working the different lines, sometimes it takes a little help from your friends to make the inside or outside work, depending on who has the numbers.
Great start for the 29 of Jeff Hale here. He could be a factor. Winston out front. Oh, the 29 got a little loose there on the bottom of 3 and 4. That happens because there's like a low, that corner is very strange. It's kind of like a lull in the apex, right in the, about 2/3 of the way through the corner. It's kind of, this configuration kind of unlike any other track.
And as the tires wear, early in the run you don't want to do it, but as the tires wear off turn 4, you can actually nibble that apron just a little bit and help it get a bite off the corner.
That's what I used to try to do. I like the bottom feed later.
Ryan Johnson looking underneath Jason Dulfer. Jason Dulfer's having a hard time holding the bottom here through the middle of the corner, like you're pointing out.
Yeah, and that's only going to get worse.
Yeah, if you try to enforce that to happen, you're going to cook that right front, and you're going to find yourself going backwards, I'd say about 10, 15 laps into a run, if not sooner.
Tire wear and fuel saving are two things here that could and probably will come into play.
And just because you can manhandle the car around here on fresh tires doesn't mean you should.
Great start for these pros. Awesome, and they're in line here. Now can they start to work each other? How does that happen? It takes a little bit of time. Get some tire wear here, see who saves better. You know, that's what Rick Johnson's thinking, and also Ryan Johnson. They know each other well.
Ken Hansen's starting out back here. Currently scored, I believe, 21st on the track. Chose not to take a qualifying lap, still hanging out in the back. I know he's got a plan up his sleeve because he excels at these 1.5 mile tracks.
Yeah, especially if it stays green, then that presents all kinds of pit strategies. Because you got to break this baby down,
Meanwhile, up front, it has been the all Shane Winston show. Led the first 10 laps. No real challenge to that lead so far from Ken Shea or any of the guys behind him.
Now, as they run nose to tail, you can't think about it, but later in the race, when pit stops happen and changes are made, as Ryan Johnson goes down low on the 63 side by side.
He's looking at him again. See if he can stick it this time. The problem he's having is Jason Dulfer's hanging tough there, keeping that momentum up, and he gets the draft down the straightaways that Ryan does not get. Although it looks like he will pick up a little help from Chris Beckman to keep his nose in there. And that's what he needed. He needed a little help from his friends, and that'll help him complete the pass.
Yeah, once
Ryan
you get
Johnson
up there, Dulfer was still in the grip zone, but, with that arcing apex, he had to get out of it big time. And while Johnson was on the brakes earlier and then able to power out of the corner. And what I was talking about earlier was fuel saving and possible clutching. That could happen.
Man, Jeff Hale, he found an inch underneath Jim Christopherson, he took it, but couldn't quite stick it off the corner. Oh, getting jiggy again down the backstretch. Jason Dulfer just about blocking Chris Beckman. Thinks better of it. And again, Chris will have the low line.
Unfortunately, no Slim Jim Gately tonight, but the 29 carrying that team's flag.
Oh yeah, no Slim tonight. It must be fishing season. Oh, Mutt. Joe Sharam tuning in. Good to see you, buddy. And yeah, Dog called it. Ken Hansen is a master of fuel savings. And
sounds
that
like
might
a
be
Metallica song.
Yeah.
Master
of fuel savings.
fuel savings.
Nick Walters, you see him just ahead there in the Twizzlers car. Got disconnected pretty early in the race. He's back in, but 3 laps down. Tough break there for the Twizzlers Monte Carlo crew.
You know, I saw a little bit of that in practice, but that's a little blinkage there. Oh, the 29 comes up tight on the 40 of Tim Christopherson, and so does the 59. Oh, light little check up there. Whole team's gonna need some lucky dogs here. We've seen it before, maybe even at this track with Matt Watkins, 2 laps down, coming back and winning the dang thing. It could happen, but he's going to need cautions and that lucky dog.
No. That's not the full story, Milt. I was in that race that you guys are broadcasting, you and Greg Bernardo. He didn't just lose laps. He ran out of fuel on a green flag stop, missed his pit box, got turned sideways in it, had his teammates push his car into the stall so he'd get service, then made those laps up without the benefit of the lucky dog to come back and win the race. That's what these guys are not up against tonight. Should consider themselves fortunate not to have to take on Matkins at this track.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like you remember that race like the back of your hand. I remember beating him here in a Pro Cup race. I believe it was my last Pro Cup win. 39 or 40, I can't remember. Beating him on fuel, running out of the gas out of turn 4, and my teammate going, "I'll push you," and me going, "No, I got it," and he almost wrecked me. But I made it across the line ahead of Matt Watkins, and Matt Watkins, all he could say was, I can't believe he did that. Hell never saves fuel. There's no way. It's impossible. Well, it happened. Well, when you win 1 out of 1,000, you know.
Yeah, you got the Danny Ungaius reputation, huh?
Oh, yeah. Danny Ungaius, one of my dad's old teammates. My dad said Danny Ungaius was the fastest he ever saw.
Yeah, Dog remembers the story about Matkins and that pit stop. Yeah, he was in that race too.
Unfortunately, Danny hit the wall at Indy, and that changes a man. And it definitely changed him because it broke the inner ear in his inner ear, and he never had the balance or the courage. He ran the next year. I think he ran Penske and ran finished like 15th or something, but maybe top 10. But he wasn't that Danny Ungaius that I remember.
Let's go up through the field here. As we seem to have settled in nicely, people are pretty much just waiting to make pit stops in about the next 10 to 14 laps here.
Misjudged a little bit there, Ryan Johnson, sorry, and almost got in the back of the 29.
I see he loses a little ground from that too as he recovers. So here at the back here we got last car in lead lap right now, 31 Brad Otto in the U.S. Marines Chevrolet. Hoorah! 70 Jon Snow in his Pontiac Firebird.
Oh,
75
dude,
Andy
yeah.
Wilhite in those AMC Matador styled colors, the Lucas Oil
The
75.
pesky colors, yeah.
My teammate and drinking buddy for the week there, Tom Jackson. Or an 87 to Mr. Softy. Oh no! Jon Snow's around backwards into the wall. And we've got a caution here. Looks like Andy Wilhite and Pops got together there into turn 1.
Well, that's one for the 14, right? He's the only one to lead.
It looks like he got disconnected again, maybe. He's 9 laps down now.
Yeah, the Friday night curse prevails.
Oh no, Nick.
Yep, drop connection.
Horrible.
And Buddy Baker tells a story once how he had to fire a driver because he had no luck. He's just like, man, I tell you, you're a great driver, but I swear, if God kicked a pebble in heaven, it would fall out of the sky and turn into a boulder and hit your car.
Well, I can relate to that.
Oh, no, don't stop, Shane, don't stop. Oh, no. Oh, no, Shane Wisman was the leader, and he stopped on the track. He got himself towed.
What the heck's
No.
going on here?
You can't come to a stop on the track or you'll get towed. Oh, that is a horrible mistake there. It's going to cost him at least a lap.
What'd I do there, Sean?
You stopped on the track. That gets you towed. Oh.
Okay.
You okay?
Oh, yeah. No worries. I just am confused why I'm getting towed right now, so...
Yeah, you gotta keep it moving, just even if it's like 2 miles per hour.
Okay.
When you're waiting for the caution, for the pace car. Yeah, oh no, I'm so sorry you didn't know about that.
I didn't know
Live and
that
learn.
either. I've been racing this game. I ran, like 1,000 races in this league. I didn't know that.
Me and this track, I don't know.
I saw you stopped and I was like, no. Oh, contact with cars coming out of pit road too. It looks like Jason Dulfer had some contact coming out of his pit stall.
You have got to be kidding me. I could swear I've come to a stop before while the pace car was catching up. Johnny Rutherford, he's like, dead, I think, but he's still driving the pace car.
And not for more than a couple seconds.
Sean, did we have a cause for that caution there?
Yes, I'm getting to it right now. Just got distracted there by Shane's mishap. So it looks like here going into turn 1, we got Pops from CCR and Andy Wilhite side by side going into turn 1, and they kind of met on the entry there. Looks like I'm not sure. Man, it's hard to say if one went up or the other came down. That is your source, contact between the 70 and the 75 car.
Okay, 10-4.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's pretty. If you're the car on the outside, the 70, I think that's pretty trusting of trying to expect the 75 to go anywhere but where he was at on the bottom. There's nowhere for him to go. And I think, in my opinion, I think the 70 need to give him more room there and not try to cut down on that corner. That's just my opinion.
I'd have to agree there. You don't want to...
I think that's, asking a lot out of a dude down on the bottom where all he's going to be able to do is keep it down there close to that line. He can't just make his car go away right there. So.
And there is Shane Wisman. See, under the caution there, he came to a stop. This is about where I was shouting at him, no, don't do that, and he got towed. Ugh. Now let's watch.
Well, you can't write this stuff. That's a great thing about sim racing and racing in general as we look forward to is Ross Chastain going to pull something like he did last weekend? Crazy.
I think that was a 1 in a million thing. Now let's watch what transpired here on the pit exit.
Oh, he stopped down below the track. You definitely shouldn't do that off the track surface.
Here, watch as they came out pit road. Okay,
See,
oh,
I think that's
that
part
was
of the problem, dude.
okay. That was a chain reaction there. As we watch it again, real quick, all these cars coming out real tight pit road here, despite being a 1.5 mile track. It looks like if we watch it in slow mo, 29 gets a jump on the 59 coming out of the pits. Oh, he fishtails it, smacks into the 59, knocks the 63 to the inside.
Oh, wow, and hits a 63, and
Pinball.
well, you want to get out fast, but not like that. Jeff Hale's definitely going to be kicking himself because he knows, you know, he had lost the control there. Good thing there wasn't any pit crew guys there and it's not real. Otherwise, not much room there anyway. It would have been tight anyway, but I think they would have made it had he not, you know, got sideways there.
Looks like Shane will not lose a lap from getting towed. He just will lose a lot of track position. So that's at least the silver lining. We got the pace car off. Pops Markuson taking the restart tail end of the lead lap. Christofferson, your leader. And we're green here, lap 27 of 107. Soon to be 28. So that gives us an even 80 laps to go. Just checking the scoring here to get a confirmation on that. 17 of Shane Wisman is still on the lead lap, so bullet dodged in that regard. Well, Ryan Johnson picks up a spot from Jeff Habak. I imagine there might have been some two-tire stops. I wouldn't advise that, because they were almost at the end of a fuel run.
No, me neither.
It looks like Jeff's learning why you don't do that, as he is now falling like a stone.
Started from the top, now we're going back.
Hey, he started third on that restart, and he is going straight backwards. Or he also might have pitted too close to the wall. In fact, let me check that.
That could have happened. That's definitely happened to me here before.
Let's see if that was an unintentional two-tire stop or not. So watch Jeff's. No, he's about as far right as you can get in the box.
Oh, the 101 around and the 41. It's spinning like a top. He got hit by Wisman, and this just has got bad the worst for Shane here.
And for
somebody's
Jeff.
blowing up, and that's the. Is that Tom Jackson? He's on fire. Come on, son. I hope he doesn't have a bottle of that whiskey in there, because that thing's on fire. Chaos and caution on the track again. And Tom Jackson is done.
Oh, it looks like Chris Beckman will be as well. Hard hits for both those guys. Yeah, there's Tom Jackson.
Say what you will, but this is exactly what the 52 and the 59 kind of want. Is they want the field to thin out a little bit and then get some long green flag runs and use their expertise in tire savings. They don't seem to have the pace right now overall.
There it was. As soon as Tom slowed down, the car caught fire, like you said.
I don't know if he missed a gear there or something. I don't know. That thing just blowed up.
As soon as I hit him, I ended up my engine was gone, and then it blew
Oh,
up.
so that was you. Okay, yeah. Tom
Yep.
was the one that hit him. Maybe not the 34. My bad.
No, here we are
Oh
on
no!
board.
I
On board
didn't
Shane
hit him.
Winston. Boom. Yeah, you hit him pretty
Not
solid
yet.
and got his wheels up off the ground, and that'll sometimes be the deciding factor when it decides to kill your engine. Oh yeah, there you go, down the backstretch, and boom, it just hand grenades.
So let's go
Yeah.
back to the wreck.
That was a good race.
Man, it's a tough break though,
There it
man.
is. Yeah. Oh, the 101 and the 41 getting together there. I think the 41 was biding his time, probably on the same, and kablamo. Chunks blown out of the 87 car.
Watch on
That's
board
gonna
from Chris
leave a
Beckman's.
mark right there.
Watch on board from Chris Beckman. You see, it's just nothing he can do. Looks like the 101 just got a little wiggly on the entry. Yep. See, he's sliding. That's a sick feeling. Just knowing there's nothing you can do to miss that guy.
Bam! And that was a hard lick.
Yeah,
The
tough break for
101.
all three of those cars. Heavily involved there. And there you go. That's 2 tires on 3/4 of a fuel run for you.
Ooh! That was the 34 that got him. Oh, yeah. Where's my bucket? I gotta throw up.
I just knew I could have slid in there underneath him, but it came down. Oh well, that was fun.
I mean, yeah, when a car is spinning that violently, there's very little you can do to miss. You just gotta point for a hole and hope it sticks.
It was good to see you, Sean. Wished I could have seen you, Milty. You should have came down with him.
Well, I saw the pictures and your custom whiskey jars.
I haven't showed you that, Tom.
Very nice, man. Very nice.
I'll text that over to you, Tom. We went over to Davidson Reserve, a whiskey distillery.
Oh,
Where
you
you
got
can-
some real whiskey.
Yeah, you can blend your own. Like they pull a bunch
Whiskey.
of samples from the barrels, and you get to do like what they do themselves, where they make their own custom blends.
Whiskey River don't run dry.
All right, I'm gonna drop down and I'm gonna finish watching this from the Infield Care Center. You guys be good.
All
Thanks
right.
for
Thanks for popping in, Tom.
Yeah, sorry, man.
thanks for the broadcast, guys. See ya.
Heck yeah.
Brother.
All right, so we got more shakeups as some guys decided to come in to pit on that quick caution, and some guys decided to stay out.
What's up, Ken Soska? K Sosk in the house.
Looks like the 91 and the 52 decided to top off, so they'll be further back in the field now. The lights off in the FSB pace car.
I think the idea there is they're trying to maybe stretch it here on this.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's
It's pretty early for that, but we'll see.
Well, you have some insight. Being, my thinking of what Rick Johnson was going to think about tonight was getting it to the past the halfway point, and then using his superior fuel strategy abilities to try to stretch out the impossible. Any talk about that in your team channel, or don't want to say?
The race was just settling in. It was really starting to get a good feel to it when that caution came out, and it kind of changed everything. So I'm not sure what he's thinking now, but yeah, definitely not time to get too worried yet. We got a lot of green flag laps yet to run here, I think.
Do you think he has more pace? I mean, is he just kind of chilling and it looks like it, Or does that
Yeah.
car in the lead have that advantage with the air on the nose?
It is one of those tracks. I mean, you're going to have the advantage in the lead, but we'll see. I think you can make some passes if you've got help.
If you got help, if you got tire conservation, and we got the green with Christopherson out front, Ryan Johnson up to second, Jeff Hale third, Cameron J. Dulfer in 4th. Last night's truck winner, the 115 Dave Ellens, rounding out your top 5.
Well, Ryan Johnson has made a huge gain on pit road here, and now he's going for the lead.
He smells bonus points,
Look,
and he's going to have the help from his
This is the year
teammate.
that he has proclaimed, I am 100% in, no admin stuff, nothing. I'm here to win a championship. And he's won a race already, and now he's showing that seriousness. He doesn't want to be Isaac Johnson's dad. I mean, he does, but he doesn't want to be, I'm the dad of the Pro Cup, Pro Cup champ Isaac Johnson. I want to be Ryan Johnson, Winston Cup champion.
I'd say the next one you'd go after then would be that Pro Cup. And I'm right there with him. I was going after it this year, but it fell apart. So just some bad luck. So try again next season, the 20th anniversary season. 2 seasons in a row I'll match my age too. Season 44, and then I'll turn 45 in the off season, and we'll go to season 45.
Well, and as you know, Sean,
When
and
I was
as
44, I was an inch taller and about 30 pounds heavier. What happened?
it does make a difference when you're adminning, when you're hitting those buttons and stuff. It takes some of your focus. I mean, for Ryan to be zeroed in like this doesn't surprise me, man. He's just he's really been on it this season.
Absolutely.
Well, and he deserves it. He has spent years sacrificing. I mean, when you're an admin at this league, it's not really, it's a sacrifice, but it's also a labor of love. So you do it because you want to, and you want to be there for everybody. But then again, to just take that year off and say, I'm going to go for the title,
Yeah.
We got some serious warp out of the 043 of Brian Lovell. Looks like it's settled in there.
Dave Ellens creeped up here into P4 now and taking a look at the 40. That's all you got to pass here. You got to try to get a run off the corner, and you can't pass high. So you got to try to get that run and then root the dude out coming into the corner.
No surprise, man on the move. This is 34, Shane Wisman. He's trying to get back up front after that tactical error, and that is just terrifying. Look at the 043 warping.
043 is definitely the mustard's off the hot dog there. Rick Johnson, the veteran's got to be going, I don't need this. How about the 21 car there? Great run here for Denny Carroll. That car's looking really strong here so far. He's just quietly kept himself up there, and he's up with the big dogs. Let's get some in-car here.
We're riding with Shane Wisman. See, he rides behind the 52 of Rick Johnson. Shane looking to recover from that mistake of stopping under caution. Like they've got a nose underneath the 043. That's still kind of scary with the way he's been warping.
Well, you got to look at the positive. It looks like he didn't lose a lap. So
Yeah, that
he's
was
got a fast
extremely
car,
fortunate.
Probably the fastest car out there. So and he's driving aggressive here now. Rick Johnson kind of defending his position a little bit there, and I don't think so, bro. What's the preferred strategy with tire wear is probably running the smoother lines. You go offline a little, defend a little bit, then you're going to be, grinding on that right front. Wow, big run there. I think Rick had to check up a little bit.
We got some more folks tuning in. Good to see Ken Soska. Dog says they would have had to wheel him out of that whiskey barn. Yeah, well, That's one advantage you have, dog, is you're already on wheels, so you couldn't fall over. Donna R cheering for,
He'd be like Indiana Jones going.
yeah,
Whiskey.
Donald
And
Ritchie
bashing
cheering.
you over the head with it.
Donald Ritchie cheering for his teammates there. 63 Jam and J, 124 Rick Castle,
Absolutely.
and the 9 of
What's
Ken
up,
and
Richard?
Bob Hansen. Christy Jarek cheering on Jam and J. Good to see the Jam and J fan club in full
Winston
effect.
gets a little bump from the 43 to try to get down under the 52. Can't make it happen. But now he's got to run here. Now he's got to run. Come on. Got to root him out.
Can he get the draft? He gets a run in
He's
there.
got
And,
him.
yeah,
Got him.
Rick's not going to fight him too hard here. It's too early for that. I think he knows he might be
Nice
able to
pass.
drop right
Nice
in there.
pass.
Yeah, good clean pass there for the 34 car.
It's all about timing and executing your line and then getting on the gas sooner. Maybe the guys in front looked like they had to get out of it a little bit. You got to jump on those opportunities, just like here. Winston sideways coming out a little bit, but getting another great run on the bottom.
Underneath
Still
Denny
got
Carroll.
grip there. He is really forcing his way in there on the 21.
He's hooked around that white line. He will not be denied. He moves up behind
Not
Jam and
clear.
J.
You know, you're watching that mirror and you're saying, okay, I'm clear. Now Johnson, he
No!
gets hit by the 21, I think. And around he goes, hard into the wall, Winston. And the 21, around 2 of Denny Carroll.
No, we were on board with Shane for that whole thing, too.
Yeah, I think Winston got tapped in the rear there. You could feel the car come around. Let's take a look from the outside.
Yeah, so he pulled the pass on 21 car. Denny Carroll.
Now, right there, the 21's probably got to think about maybe I got to, wait to battle another day here. No, he just misjudged the corner there. I don't think he was. Yeah, he just drove right in the back of the 34 there. Definitely.
Yeah.
There was nowhere for him to go, so he wasn't trying to do anything malicious. Just missed that. And then when you're following there, you see in car. There's only so much you can see.
Man, Shane was on a mission to reclaim what he'd lost there. Was moving up almost into the top 5, and then that.
Sometimes stuff happens like that when you make a mistake, and then even though you recover, sometimes you put yourself in positions there. But really, in this state, there, just very unfortunate.
Like you tend to say,
He
it'll
was
happen to
making
you.
some great passes there.
It'll happen to you. Then it'll happen
It'll
again.
happen to you again. That's Steve McQueen right there, man. My dad's buddy.
The race off pit road here. Ryan Johnson holds the lead. Joined the booth now by Jeff Habbick, Tower, the 101 car. Did you retire after? Looks like, yeah, you're listed as retired.
Yeah. And I didn't take 2 tires intentionally. I fumbled fingered in the pits.
Oh, I've never done that. There's not a race from 22 years ago. I'm still
I
regretting
don't-
doing that in.
I don't think anybody's ever done that before. I think
Nope.
I was the first.
I thought I had it set on 4 tires.
Well,
My big fumble with
I'm
that.
a driver, not a thinker, man.
Yeah,
Somebody else needs to do that.
Yeah, Jeff, back in my first online league, in NASCAR 4 League, the FBRL, Fender Benders Racing League, I was going to win our first ever All-Star race. We got a late caution, like, do I take 2 tires, 4 tires, 2 tires, 4 tires? I was going to take 2, and I changed my mind, so I hit the space bar twice.
no tires.
No tires. I was like, oh, crap. Like I
Well.
said, 21 years ago, really. That was 2001. And I still haven't forgotten it.
Well, I think I took out Mr. Beckman too, didn't I?
He got caught in that.
I'm sorry, Mr. Beckman, if you're listening.
Oh, that's quite all right, my friend. No problem.
That's racing, folks.
I just trying to hang on for another caution there, and I was going to let everybody go on the next turn. I just didn't make it there. Got a little loose and got tapped, and there's nothing I can
Yeah, it
do.
looked like kind of snapped loose on you there. And
Yeah. So, another night. You gentlemen have a great night. Great broadcast so far. I'll be watching.
all right, thanks,
All right.
bud. CCR pops back down pit road and exiting, trying to get some more work done on that car. Road racing extraordinaire there. PTP racer Brian Lamb. Just kind of cruising around right now. Dodging some bullets here. Let's see if we can move up there and try to get a top 10 here.
Yeah, back up into the top 5. You see there's 52 of Rick Johnson. Doing what he do.
This is exactly how he wants it to go, but also the 59 is exactly how he wants it to go. I'm seeing speed and aggressiveness and brute power that we saw in his win a few races ago, and we're seeing it again. Really dynamic. That sometimes we actually, we've seen him a lot of times, thinking about strategy all the time instead of just making passes and getting up in the lead. He definitely looks like his son there for sure. I think sometimes that's the difference of the focus on winning at this level and winning a championship is being able to do all of that and have that focus, and definitely so far so good. DJ Sorrentino in that Sunoco car up to P8 now.
Pace car off. Ryan Johnson, Jeff Hale,
He's
Jim
got
Christopherson.
the 91 behind him. He's going to want to get going. And Rick Castle back there, we haven't even mentioned him yet tonight.
Oh, aggressive move on the start
right
from the
there.
Highwayman.
Absolutely.
He's back in line
63
quickly.
of 63 of Jason Dolfer too, just kind of hanging around right there.
Yeah, he was having a little trouble holding the low line early on. I think he's figured out that he needs to. You can't flat-foot it in the draft. It's gonna eat your tires real quick. And he's still getting a little bit of center drift there. You can do it for a lap or two, but you keep it up, you're gonna start burning up the right front, and you're gonna have more and more trouble holding the bottom. You're gonna start moving up. You're starting to start bleeding positions. You might even lose the draft if it gets to breakaway packs.
Rick Johnson looks like he is just putting that car where he wants it.
I mean, it's
and
Rick
biding
Johnson.
his time. As I say that, he pushes a little wide.
Yeah, he's been running kind of that middle line the last couple laps. I think he likes it there. It's a different approach than you're seeing with Jay there. You see, he goes in middle, he stays middle. Stofferson really wants that P2. I think Hale's going to be inclined to let him have it if he wants to burn his stuff up and pull the crossover.
Rick Johnson contemplating, trying to push a little bit, then backs off.
I think he didn't want to come in low and scrub his tires too much.
So far, so good for the 043 of Level. As far as blinking, he's got a fast car. The blinking part is, internet connection, etc. That could be an issue, but the car looks solid thus far.
Yeah, he looks good now. His connection seems to have stabled, and yeah, Brian is an excellent speedway driver. But no surprise to see him running near the front tonight, and Jeff Hale looking underneath. Jim Christopherson looking to get that spot back, and it's not quite working out.
Well, you know, Lovell is like, as he goes in hard on the 63 there. Boy, that was close. He's kind of like Jerry Reed, you know. When you're hot, you're hot. And when you're not, you're not. You know, when he is hot, you know, he's won races here. So.
And only a little bit past halfway. If I'm Rick Johnson, if I know him, and we do think alike in a lot of ways, I'd be getting my butt out of there. I'd be saying, this is too dicey for me. You guys want to run like this, I'm going to back off.
There's really nowhere to go, though. I mean, what you gotta do is try to use your gas pedal to keep some room and show these guys, I don't, want to play yet. But I still want to defend a little bit. I mean, you play to win the game.
Oh, more blinking, more blinking.
The 43, jiggling and wiggling.
It's a tough spot Rick's in because he's right at that part of the group where it starts to really bind up too and get clustered.
Yeah, because they want to go forward and get where he's at. He's fine right where he's at, but the rest of them want to get forward. You know, the 91 there, of course, Ken Shea has evolved so much as his driver. Not just that guy that goes out and destroys people, which he still is, but also as his racecraft has evolved over the years, he's become just, full-rounded driver. So he knows there's a long way to go here still.
It looks like Brian Lovell is just going to drop to the bottom and let as many cars by as you can right now. That's the sportsman thing to do. I know it stinks. I know it stinks, Brian, especially when you're fast like that.
He wasn't told, except maybe by his teammates on the radio. He wasn't told by, race control. He did that because he knew, or he was told by his teammates probably, or
yeah, I think Dave Allen's probably passed the message
man,
on.
you're blinking bad, dude. And, that's great sportsmanship.
Yeah, that's, like I said, that's tough when you know you've got a fast car. You know it's a track you're good at, like he is at these speedways.
Well, that separates FSB from, a lot of other platforms,
They also know he knows he's not in the points, and the last thing he wants to do is affect this great points battle as we go down the home stretch of this season.
The worst is when you don't think nothing's wrong, because I've had that before where I had computer issues. Connection was fine. Everything looked great, but everybody kept telling me, you're disappearing, dude. And I'm like, no way.
It's always hardest to tell. Yeah, it's hardest to tell when your up packets are the ones that aren't getting through. When it's both the down and the up, then what you will see is everybody in the field warping around you. When you're the car that's the problem.
Yeah, that wasn't. None of that happened.
Yeah, when it's
you know what it turned out was it was an old computer. It was my sound settings. I had too many sound settings with an onboard sound card. As soon as I turned those down, end of problem. It only took 6 months, and all the brainiacs at FSB couldn't figure it out, and finally I figured it out by accident.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how.
Here comes Rick Johnson down below on the 40.
It doesn't matter how strong your computer is. That you need to play the 8 sounds no matter what.
Exactly.
And here comes, like I said, Rick Johnson looking underneath Christopherson.
Still side by side here. We move swiftly. We move quietly. We move deadly. That's the 52 as he takes over 3rd place. This year has been vintage Rick Johnson, dude. On Friday nights. I know he's won a couple Pro Cups in between. It's the last time, he was really super relevant on Friday, but he's back.
And it's great to see that too. And you got the 2 points leaders doing exactly what they need to do, what they set out to do, what they know they need. Ryan Johnson knows he needs to get out there. He needs to lead as many laps as he can, try to win this thing, and Rick just needs to keep him in sight. And there they are, 1 and 3.
It's funny when you watch the real guys, and then the last race of the season now, in the real racing, and the fast guys are still qualifying up front. There's a reason why they're in the lead in the points.
Oh, by the way, knock, knock. Look who's here. It's the 9 of Ken Hansen. He is caught up to this lead group here. He moved himself up to the top 10 finally.
He's another guy that would like some green flag stuff here. Maybe he could use, when you're following like that, you're saving fuel. And you can start to think about clutching. Clutching, for those that don't know, in this sim, the way to save fuel is to let off early and then push the clutch in, let the car idle, then let the clutch out easy, which is not easy as you think.
Yeah, if you jump out of it, you might spin the car.
Get it back on the gas. It save you huge fuel. You can't really, you can't do it like if it's like this. What you need is like everything to get spread out over pit stops, and then say, okay, now I'm out here by myself, and I'm going to go for a long fuel run.
What you can do if you watch here on his inboard, listen to how smooth that he rolls out of the engine on that entry. He hugs the bottom of the track. He's saving the tires, saving the fuel. We're on board with Ken Hansen right now.
Okay.
And you can hear it in his engine sound, and you can see it in the line he's taken. So being consistent and smooth on the throttle also saves fuel and saves tires. And that looks like that's what he's doing right now.
You lift a little early, and then you let it coast longer before you hit the brakes. Or you don't hit the brakes. But here you really don't hit the brakes.
Yeah, in the spot he's in, you don't need to touch the brake pedal. When you're in that real tight pack like you saw before.
Yeah, you might have to at least keep your foot right there. Maybe right in there.
Maybe just kiss it a little bit so you don't have to roll too much out of the throttle and lose some momentum.
Plus you got the draft here helping you too. It's just all in your favor for alternate strategies. It's gonna be sitting here going, I'm sitting on a sack of seeds. I'm about to plant something here. Ryan Johnson, he can't do that. He's leading, but odds are still going really good with him. That not much is going to be saved because they're probably going to, do one more stop if this stays green.
Yeah,
and they can make the distance.
Yeah, we're about to get into the window.
31, I think, was just on pit road.
This
We're getting to
35
that.
laps right now. They should be able to do 34, right? I mean,
I would think so, yeah.
yeah, at least. And then if you clutch, you do 36.
I'd prefer to be in the 32-lap window because then you don't have to give up any speed.
Yeah, in which case I think we got about a lap or two until you can get there. But yeah, looking pretty close to where you can make that final stop here.
Yeah, and everybody's too close to try that clutching strategy, really, because that's a kind where everybody's all spread out and the whole race has been green the whole time, and people have made mistakes on pit road and this and that gives you those options right now. But you still got that gas pedal.
Well, also, what lap did we restart on here?
We took the green on lap 52 or 53, maybe.
That's like 21 in, so they still got a lot. But looking at last lap time, you can't have it. Oh, as he gets the apron a little bit.
It's 53.
31.6. They're basically a second. They're basically about.
Half a second.
Yeah, but 0.6 of a second off their fastest lap. So.
I think you can still get another 7 or 8 laps of fuel here as well. We'll see.
Yeah, so I was trying to see if they run it dry, So if they start at 53, let's say 34 takes you to 87, right?
And I don't know I mean, somebody's going to try and take it that far, but I don't know that the leaders are going to want to go that far.
32 takes it to 85. Let's just say you take it to lap 80. That gives you 27 to go. Yeah, they're going to take 4 tires and fuel regardless. I was trying to see if maybe there was a situation where you take a can and rights, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, they needed it to stay under caution a couple more laps. They might have been able to try that.
This comes
Yeah,
down
I
to
mean, there could still be a caution, but right now, I don't know. We got some battling up front here, so they're not lying about. Dave Hellen's on the outside there now. Strong car all night.
Impressed with the 29 too. Qualified well. He's been right there.
He's been P3 like all night.
before these guys hit pit road, I'm gonna make a pit stop myself, and I'll be right back.
Car down low, they might be pitting. No, that's a 70. He's in trouble there. Gets down low. Whoa, that was precarious. But he gets it. He makes it work.
Yeah, good car control.
And he enters pit road, and he is out of the race. Rick Johnson up to P2, past the 29 now, and Johnson and Johnson. They are not related.
99 of Pops Margerson making his pit stop.
Looking on the scanner now, we're seeing stuff.
Looks like 75 of Andy Wilhite also
63,
pitting.
043. We know the leader's in the pit.
Yeah, 9 car also on pit road. Looks like beer can.
A little surprising, except he wants to get in and get out and then go balls out. So that's his strategy now. If these guys stay a lap or two on these tires and lose, now we're looking at
Ken Hansen down pit road.
Still, not quite a second a lap, but that's still quite a bit with these guys on the draft.
Yeah, but Ken Hansen going down by himself there. He's got Jason Dolfer as well.
Ryan Johnson pitting. The leader is pitting. Hale pitting.
There you go.
Rick Johnson stays out.
Yeah, all 3 of the checkered
Ryan
flag
Johnson
cars
right
coming
on
in.
the inside of that grass right there. Grass is bad, folks, sometimes,
Yeah, checkered flag pitting together. Very
Whoa,
good. Oh,
that
DJ
86
Sorrentino.
comes in, hauling the mail, and that was a good run for Sorrentino right there.
Might have been a little
Get
close.
right up on these guys. Can he make it happen?
Here comes the rest of the leaders.
You want to be with these dudes here. Sorrentino, nice into his stop right there. The Sunoco team working on that car. He's got it pointed perfect. The 2 veterans, 59, 29, synchronized swimming right there. 2 tires, 4 tires, exactly the same time. But the 59's got start. Here comes the Hale burning rubber, and the 86 right on there. Careful not to speed, son.
Yeah, I'm worried about him
Ryan
getting nabbed
Johnson with
on
that
the
first
way in.
Stall, get some. Or not first stall, but stall ahead of the rest. Jeff Hale does a Ross Chastain out on the outside there and pours it on.
Not quite.
Right in front of the.
Oh no!
63
Ryan
and the
Johnson
59
back down pit road. Ryan Johnson's the one that gets black flagged.
You gotta be kidding me! I think he was the slowest one there.
It's usually the 3 car who gets nailed. He's not here tonight.
Yeah, really. Oh, that is just devastating.
Okay, while you guys keep going here, I'm gonna go backwards a lap. And take a look at, I'm gonna watch his whole pit sequence.
Christopherson hitting pit road now.
And these guys are mixing it up here for track position after those stops. They're really trying to take advantage.
Okay, I'm going to go all the way back to where he entered pit road while you guys keep going here. I got this. I want to see where he got busted. Hey,
Johnson.
He comes right over the line at 45.
91 car coming back in as well. Looks like he may have gotten nailed as well.
He was perfect down pit road. All the way, 46, just a hair. They'll usually let you do that as long as you're within your timing lights. I don't see nothing egregious there. Let's see what happens when he leaves pit road.
Oh, I see it. It's yeah. He kept teetering between 46 and 45 as he rolled down pit road.
That don't get you in trouble though.
You know, this track's a ball buster. You got to be careful with it.
Yeah, these tracks that are cone to cone
no,
tend to be
no,
tough.
no. He was 50 plus over the line before he crossed the cones. That's where he got busted right there.
That's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing him 44 at the cone.
No kidding. Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's move on.
Meanwhile,
That's
the
not
40
what I saw,
car
but,
is
anyway.
somehow right in front of our leader, the 52. I'm not sure if he got penalized as well that we missed.
52 did not get penalized.
No, the 40,
oh yeah,
sorry.
Christopherson. Yeah, while we're figuring out Ryan Johnson, I mentioned I also saw that I also saw
baby.
that I also saw the 40 heading back down pit road. So yes, I believe he also had a black flag.
What happened to the 40?
He also had to pit again.
Yeah, so major green flag chunks.
Yeah, those three guys, the 40, the 59, and the 91 getting hit there with speeding, I'm guessing.
You can that's always the quandary. You want to stay up with the Joneses. You want to be part of the group. But self-forced errors are a big part of my career.
Unforced errors, yep. Now Rick Johnson finds himself in a great spot here. He's got the lead, and he's got a lap car to draft off of.
And he's got all the guys behind him racing with each other. Yeah.
Yep. This is exactly what he, would have liked and nailed it.
Ryan Johnson still finds himself not completely down and out, as he is the first car lap down, so long as Rick Johnson doesn't pass the 40.
Yeah, as long as he stays behind the 40, I mean, the 91's far enough behind Ryan that he's going to be in good shape there if we get a caution.
Comes Jason Dolfer looking.
Speaking of the 91,
Speaking of the 91,
he must have also been penalized because he was on the lead lap in the lead pack before this all transpired. So three big players in this race caught speeding.
Yep. Busted. Put your keys on the dash.
Busted down in New Orleans.
Ryan Johnson has got to be kicking himself.
Oh, that'll make you sick.
He's had such a great car tonight.
Yeah, he had a great car all night. The money stop, and it all goes south. See, it looks like Jeff Hale gave him a little look there.
Like you said, though, Sean, he's not out of this. If we get a caution, he's right back in this thing.
Council trying to work the 63 of Jason Dolfer for a shot on the podium.
We'll say, though, the caution has to come quickly because we are rapidly approaching that 10 to go mark.
Yeah, we are right there.
Oh, the 9 car just can't get it to stick, and he goes backwards.
9 car Ken Hansen was the first of the lead lap cars on pit road. Himself in 5th. Surrendering that spot now to DJ Sorrentino.
Dover's still at Castle. Both are still have a chance at this championship. And you want to maximize results here, and they both have done that thus far.
Meanwhile, the leaders are pulling away a little bit here.
Yeah, Rick Johnson with the, 20-something left after the stop, he knows he can go full stick here. He doesn't have to worry so much about saving tires. If a caution comes out now, everybody's going to get tires anyway, so.
They were basically splitting the run.
So he can, do what he do, which is save tires and be chill or drive like a stud.
It's going to be interesting to see if they can get up there and press Rick. I know Rick's not going to do anything unless he has to here.
Yeah.
Well, that's smart pull here. It's like, I got a fast lap car in front of me. I'm running a decent pace. I'd like to get around this guy, but he wants to stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, Ryan, well, he's probably not going to get the lap back as we're about to get to 10 to go. What he can do to mitigate the damage is help someone else win this race, and it just happens to be his teammate in the best position to do so right now.
Especially if he can pass the 40 car and a couple other cars, maybe the 31 by doing it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Pick up another spot for himself, take some spots, take the bonus winning points away from Rick Johnson. I'd say Ryan has locked up the most laps led. He's led 44 to Rick's 14.
Well, and now he's probably going to, try to help his teammate here.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Help Hale win the race. It's the best thing he can do for himself right now. We're inside 10 to go. No more lucky dogs, and Ryan knows it.
Yeah. And they are catching the 52.
Dog says, "Is that smoke coming out the driver's side window in the 59?" Probably, but he's also a tactical thinker, so he's probably thinking the same things we're talking about.
Yeah, it makes no sense for him to try to pass the 29 here. He ain't going to do that unless 29 has a problem.
Yeah, you punch the desk later.
Teammate
Right now, you
now.
try and salvage as much as you can out of the night.
The only reason I won a lot of races was because I had that 96 guy behind me, Jim Ray.
Got a pretty good battle shaping up here with the behind them 124, 63, 115.
But they have caught Rick Johnson now.
They have.
What do you do
right
if you're the 40 here? You do that. That's what I would do. What a great sportsmanship move. Get out the way and let these guys battle for it. That's FSB racing at its best.
Absolutely, he's not in the points. He has no dog in this fight.
Yeah, get out the way, and Rick Johnson now starting to defend a little bit here. Trying to break the draft. Got to stay low here. And he's already defending low. He's telling them that, showing it. You're gonna get me, you're gonna have to go around me, dude.
I think they can do it too.
But they can, yeah.
If they're right up on his bumper when he does that, going into a corner, take it. Take what he'll give you. Go around the outside.
But yeah, exactly. But that they're not getting that run there yet. 1 to 2, 1 to 7. Coming up on 5.
This might be the run. This might be it. If he goes low again.
Well, now you got to start thinking when you're the 52. Okay, now I got to change a little bit. I got to start running their line.
When we saw the 40 get out of the way, guys, you certainly can't blame Ryan for sticking in here. That's a big point if he can push the 29 past the 52.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
well,
not.
it's a completely different situation because the 40 was in the way of what was going on. There's a difference between being in the way and pushing a teammate. Absolutely.
Or being in the way or being directly affected in the points by what transpires.
Totally race etiquette approved by Milty. That's for sure.
Yeah, completely agree.
Just pointing that out for the people at home who might not know.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not difference. Yeah, it's not poor sportsmanship for Ryan to get involved in this because this directly affects him.
Absolutely, you do what you got to do at this point.
You want to go with your guy. There's no difference in this race as if it was the Daytona 500.
You know, Dave Ellens.
It's the same thing. It's just a different track.
Dave Ellens bleeds a few spots back there, losing him to Ken Shea and Ken Hansen.
However, this guy in front, Rick Johnson, he's been there before. 7-time Pro Cup champion, at least. Maybe 8, I don't know. Is he still 7-time or is he 8-time?
There was a dispute on the records page. We need to clarify this.
Yeah,
arguably one of the greatest, if not the greatest driver that's ever driven here. You can put him up against anybody, record and wins that's ever run in this league of almost 20 years. Coming on the last lap here, and Ryan Johnson goes up high. They're trying to help a little bit, but is he going to try to coax the 29 to move that outside line? They can't get to him, though. Rick is too tight, too strong.
I think the 50 is looking pretty good here.
Yeah, they just can't get to him.
Right flag is out.
Ryan Johnson's used up too much of his stuff trying to help Jeff get up there. Gives that spot back to Christopherson.
Trying to push, trying to move. Ryan Johnson sitting there in fourth in position.
Ken Hansen's looking for 5th.
A lap down going, yeah, gum. Rick Johnson pulling away. Checker flag for Rick Johnson. The Maryland man, the drummer, the body man, the sim racing pro champion, and another win in his cap of his illustrious career.
Yeah, great job by Rick.
Yeah, fantastic win for the 52. Jim Ray gets the gloat that he called it because he calls 52 every week, whether he's here or not.
Well, it took us a long time and a lot of fake money to actually get him on our team, finally, after he kicked our asses for years. When we finally got him on the team, it's like, this guy doesn't talk. Except when he says, Milt, because I talk all the time. I'm going to get 4 tires. I'm going to get 2 tires. He'd be like, Milt, no 2 tires, 4 tires. And then he wouldn't say another word for the rest of the race.
And a rare burnout for Rick Johnson because he knows how huge that win was. Rick Johnson, your winner. 2nd place, Jeff Hale. And 3rd place, by the way, a quiet 3rd place run there for Rick Castle. Another fine finish for the 124.
You hear that Husqvarna? Sponsored car. He's not done yet. Smoke him if you got him. I need to hit the little greenhouse. I'll be back.
All right. We will hit the post-race show then. Get a points check here. See what the points were coming in tonight. It actually wants to load the scene. Come on. I meant it when I hit that. the point standing page that should be right there is finally loaded. Okay. So I believe those were our points coming in. I don't think Chris is quite that fast getting them updated. Rick Johnson had a 12-point lead coming in. Ryan Johnson looked to be taking a bite out of that, and it just fell apart there at the end with a gotta be heartbreaking last pit stop. I've been there, I have done that, and I have bought the t-shirt. It's frustrating. That's another one of those races, like I was saying, you'll be thinking about it years down the line and kick yourself for it. Oh, we got Jeff Hale, Rick Johnson just missing the third place car of Mr. Rick Castle, still down there talking to his teammates. Let's see if the points are updated just yet here. Checking out the FSB homepage, which is loading slow for me, which is why the scene loaded slow here in the post-race screen. There we go. We got our third place finisher, Rick Castle. Man, you were that was a quiet run there, but you got there at the end. A good, solid points night. You came in 17 back, it looks like. Trying to see the updated points, if they're up yet.
Should be up.
I was trying to grab the wrong guy there.
It's Rick, Rick, and Jeff. Come on. Two of them have the same name. It's Rick, Jeff, Rick.
Yeah, I think a few guys had some misfortunate things happen there that were running up front, and just kind of keep myself up in the top 10. Was able to move up and had a pretty good pit stop on the last stop, and the tires were fresh, and I was able to grab up to third. Anyway, couldn't catch them 4 guys up front in that draft. But congrats to Rick and Jeff. Great run.
Well, I mean, your race was like, we didn't even mention you till like halfway through the race. Oh, there's the 124. I mean, I don't know. You were just silent but deadly, I guess. And it just, it's kind of, a good, a typical Rick Castle race where you maximized your opportunities and stayed out of trouble. And, now you're 17 points out of the lead here. But, the guy that won the race kind of expanded a little bit here, so.
Yep, yeah, for sure.
Still a solid run there. Great, a great track. Yeah, nailing the pit stops is what it's all about. So great run there, Rick. And
I just want to give a quick shout out to Synergy Motorsports there. We all are in the top 5 tonight.
Yeah, Jam J was right there behind you for 4th.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys have really got your program down,
fresher
bro.
tires.
Yeah, strong run there for Synergy.
Thanks.
Yeah, so next week this is race 9 of 12, by the way. We got 3 more to go with still trying to get the points updated there. It's still showing last week's points, but we got Rockingham next week, New Hampshire, and then Darlington to close it out day after Thanksgiving.
Darlington to close it out. That's really a cool season finish right there. You wouldn't see it in real racing, but that's like the hardest track there is to finish the championship.
That's the greatest track there is. You kidding me?
Absolutely.
Jeff Hale.
Sean loves it.
I mean,
I love that
boys right there.
Jeff Hale, strong second place finish there. I know you were trying to help your teammate, and he tried to help you get around him there at the end. So after Ryan's misfortune, what more did you need there to deal with the dent puller there?
Well, first I'd like to say welcome back, Sean. Hope you gave you a little time there. Appreciate what you guys did.
Yeah, missed the week of racing, but didn't miss the broadcast. Yeah, a little quick trip to Nashville.
But yeah, it was kind of got white knuckled there early on, and pit road kind of got a little tight coming out of there. One time I had to back out.
Oh, a little ping ponging there. We saw that. Yeah.
That was crazy, but yeah, we kept it clean for the most part. And I'm not the greatest at these access roads getting in, but yeah, Rick just nailed that last stop. So I pretty much just wore my stuff out, just trying to get back up to the bumper. But he did a great job and well executed pit stop. And, congrats to you, Rick.
Well, we seen like 3 of the top contenders there, or at least 2, and also Ken Shea, which he was down a little bit, all get busted on pit road. And so sometimes it's just about getting through that pit stop. But like you said, that was that long run there, and you were talking about the deficiencies of, you just kind of used your stuff up there. Probably following was definitely, more tire wear than leading as usual, probably. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You get the air off the front end, it pushes up a bit more, burns it up, gets too hot, and you lose that maneuverability. But still a strong run. And yeah, I forgot how much you don't like the flat access roads. So that was a good stop for you then.
Yeah, well, and having Ryan as a teammate there, his night crushing, but at the same time, he really tried to help you get around Johnson there. The other Johnson, they're not related, but guys just couldn't get the run on Rick. He kind of defended a little. I kind of thought that might give you guys an advantage as far as getting some draft there, but it wasn't the case.
Yeah, like I say, that last stop, he had such a great stop. And plus, he had Christopherson he was drafting with. Yeah, I was probably a second half or so behind. So, wore my stuff out, just getting to him. And by the time Ryan got behind me, I just didn't have anything left for Rick.
Yeah, I almost thought that stop was too good there, Rick, because you were way out in front. Probably, as Jeff said, saved your bacon by catching Christopherson when he did. But for most of the night, you were hanging back. Seemed like you were saving some stuff, and then just there when it mattered. So congrats on a great run and expanding that points lead. And tell us about your run and your outlook for the home stretch here.
Yeah, thanks guys. Good run there, Jeff and Rick too.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was nice just to put a whole race together for once. I feel like this has been a long time coming throughout the season, so feels good.
Yeah, that is actually your first win of this Winston Cup season. Now that I look at your summary here, that's hard to believe considering you've got such a commanding point lead now.
Yeah,
shows you how this.
Dude, I'm just sitting here going, yeah, that's the guy I remember, man. That dude that could do everything. I mean, he could chill, kick back, and then dominate. However, I still think the 59 had your number speed-wise tonight, but you didn't over-execute the pit stop. You executed perfectly, and he missed it by a hair and got busted.
Yeah, I know a couple guys there got black flags, but I kind of feel like I could have maybe won the race regardless of that if I came out in front of Ryan. So that was my game plan.
Well, and that's the thing is once we saw it go green and 2 teammates against you, and then all of a sudden you started clicking the lap times off. That's the vintage Rick Johnson I remember. The guy that could do, the tire saving, the strategy, and then if you want to get in a fist fight, let's go. I'm going to beat you that way too. And you just, they had no chance.
There was about probably 30 to go. I put in a 5th gear, just went from there.
Hey, you got the extra gear. There you go. That'll do it. The Ross Chastain gear.
Yep. But
great run there. And how you feel about those last 3 tracks? Rockingham, New Hampshire, Darlington, 3 very different tracks.
Well, Darlington's probably my favorite track, so I love going there.
You and I have had some battles there.
Just, a stone's throw from where you live or used to live.
What? New Hampshire is not a stone's, dude. That's get
a
map, Milt.
I'm talking about. Okay, I got the wrong track. My bad. I'm thinking about the
river,
the Monster Mile.
Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, New Hampshire is a good 6-hour drive from me here in New Jersey.
Yeah.
All right,
8
smart
hours.
brother. Sorry.
But yeah, I think Rockinham's not too bad of a track, so that's going for me. So we'll see what happens.
Trying to get the points to update here so we can see what the change is here. But yeah, so you gotta feel confident in there. And have you? I don't know. How many Friday night championships would this be if you can put this one together?
I think 2 probably.
2. Man, you must not have run a lot of full seasons.
Nah.
Or you just had the bad Friday night luck.
Well, you know, is it 7 or 8 Pro Cup championships?
Yeah, there was
I'm
some
not sure.
discrepancy on that too.
It's 9.
It's 9. Some
Yeah,
say 7, some say 8, some say 9. We gotta figure out where this record discrepancy is.
These 9 trophies sitting here say 9, so.
Well, I need to know these things when I'm broadcasting. You know, I shorted you 2 there, you know, or 1, you know.
Yeah, that what do you call it? The point, or not the points, but the directory thing there. It gives you the list. That's off.
Yeah, there it is. Season 17. Summer of 17, rather. You got the Friday Night Cup.
Yeah. I got no trophy for that either.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was the year that Dog Palmer was supposed to have like somebody put the trophy up in his honor or something. Then he got kicked out of the league. So Sam said, "Nope, you're not getting a trophy." I was like, "Oh, great, thanks." I'm not bitter about it though. Don't worry about it.
Okay. And then the next.
You know, you probably had to build a room already.
Yeah.
You know, for the trophies you got. I know me. I didn't build a room, but unfortunately, I just got them laying around all over the place. So every now and then, I dust them off and look at them. You know.
At this point, he's not going to build a room. He's going to build another house.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like Race LM is having some problems here. That's why the points
So,
aren't updated.
you know, I wanted to say one thing real quick. I don't know if, you know, a lot of you didn't know, you know, I went through surgery and had a tumor removed off my neck. And, you know, just thanks to God, everything went well. And I've been out for a couple weeks. It's been tough, but I get to go back to work Monday and
nice.
get as much tile as I can. And I need to, because I need some money, you know.
You're sounding good, and sounds like everything went well there.
It went
No,
great,
glad
and
to-
I'm just very, you know, fortunate. I know, you know, some people know, some didn't, but yeah, it's been a tough couple months, but here we are. And
Yep. Donkey Bop.
oh,
Hell yeah, man.
yeah. I got a scar, you know, and you know it'll make me look cool, you know.
Chicks dig scars.
Absolutely. So.
All right, we finally got the points updated there. It finally took. The server was just being a little slow, so that win puts you up to almost a full race. And in fact, Rick Castle swings ahead of Ryan Johnson, 22 points back. Ryan Johnson 24 back, and Dulfer Christofferson tied 27 points back to round out your top 5. So it's just probably pretty much just in cruise control mode, no mistakes mode.
Well, absolutely, yeah. I mean, you know, and now it's you still got to race, you know, but
It's prevent defense from here on out.
Yeah,
That's about
52
what
car.
I'm thinking. Yeah, that's about what we're going to have to do.
that's
all.
what I would do and have
Finish
done.
races. Yeah.
So we'll look forward to going into the final quarter of the season next week. Rockingham, North Carolina, New Hampshire Motor Speedway the next week on the 18th, and then the 25th to wrap up this season 44 at Darlington. So just to put a bow on this one, thanks again to our podium finishers here, Rick Castle, Jeff Hale, and a race winner and points leader Rick Johnson for joining us here on a post-race show. We thank, as always, Bill Farmer, Farmer Brothers Contracting, putting up the hardware we get that these guys are racing for. I thank series promoter and owner Sam Young, keeping the league going, keeping the game going. All you guys out there in YouTube, liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing. Engagement is what YouTube looks for. It gets the word out there that we're keeping this game going almost 20 years later. I thank, as always, my broadcast partner, Milt Mitchell Jr. Glad you're on the mend. Thank you for joining us. And, of course, everybody who stopped by the booth, Chris Beckman, Shane Wisman, Tom Jackson, all the guys popping in and out during the race there, giving us the in-race reporting. We appreciate that because I know how that splits the focus. But until next week, from Rockingham, North Carolina, saying goodnight from Homestead, and thanks for tuning in to FSB Racing Live. I've been your host, Sean Reap. Good night, everybody.